Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you something that I think is very, very useful and very helpful because for most versions of the Adapt Authoring tool, you can only copy and paste elements of that course within the same page. So if, for example, I have a multiple choice question on one page and I'd really like to copy and paste it onto another, most versions of the AAT won't let you do this. So what this video shows you is a practical workaround for reusing a component from one page on another page. Now, if you're a complete beginner with the Adapt Authoring tool, I would recommend you watch the first two videos in this series. If you haven't yet, they cover moving around the interface and how to make really, really basic edits. What we're doing in this video is a little bit more complicated. Okay, so as you can see, I've already got a course open and I've already previewed it. It's a really, really simple course I've built purely to demonstrate how to do a thing. It's got 2 pages. So we've got our first page, which has got a few component examples and some text on it. We've got a second page, which has a multiple choice question on it. Now, let's say I want to copy and paste that multiple choice question on to page 1. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. The trick to this is to have each page open in a different browser tab. So at the moment, I've only got one browser tab open for this course. If I want to open a second browser tab, the simplest way to do it is to go to this little menu stack here, to right click with your mouse and then select Open Link in New Tab. You see it's opened a new tab here. If I go to that, it just takes you to the dashboard, your most basic dashboard. So what I'm looking at right now is a shared course. It's this one here. So I'm going to double click on that course to open it. Okay, so now I have 2 tabs, both showing the back end of this course. In the first tab, I'm going to open page 1. So I'm going to do that by double clicking on page 1. Okay. In the second tab, I'm going to open page 2 by double clicking on it. Now I'm going to jump back to page 1. Okay, what I need to do now is prepare page 1 to receive that multiple choice question. So first of all, it needs somewhere to sit. So I'm going to add a block, clicking on the Add Block button here. I now need to tell page 1 to expect that component to be prepared to paste it in. And I can do that by asking it to paste pretty much any component. So I'm going to go to, just because it's the nearest, this hot grid, I'm going to click on the little cog there and I'm going to select copy. Now that I've done that, you can see we've got these green paste options that have appeared within that new block. So page 1 is all set to receive this new component. Now, if I clicked on paste now, it would just copy that hot grid because that's what is in the memory of the authoring tool right now. So what I'm going to do is change that by going to page 2 in this other tab. And I'm going to that multiple choice question and I'm going to select copy there. And now I'm going back into page 1 and I am going to select paste. And you can see the multiple choice question is now on page 1. Now I want to make sure of that, obviously, so I am going to preview the course. Okay, so now we've got the course preview. If I go into page 1 and I scroll down to the bottom, you can see that we've got that multiple choice question there. Now, this is really, really useful if you want to do things like carryover formatting, where someone has maybe built something a little bit more complicated and you want to make sure it looks right when you introduce a similar component to a new page. It just makes your life a lot easier and faster. Now, one warning I'd give you with this is within the authoring tool, when you make changes that are structural, so that's sort of adding or deleting components or blocks or articles, these sort of big lumps of thing here, there isn't an undo button. So what I would recommend if you're playing around with this sort of thing and you're a little bit unsure, I would always suggest that you play around on a duplicate course rather than using the absolute only version that you've got, rather than just making changes to the live course when it's the only thing you have. But this, I just think, is just such a useful tip. And I found when I was working with the authoring tool, not many people knew about it. So it's something that I want to share with people. Okay, and I hope you found it helpful. If you'd like the full step-by-step beginner's guide to editing adapt courses, you can get the PDF from Gumroad. And for a quick overview of what's inside, visit the guide's webpage. Both these links are on screen now, and they're also in the description below.